Hey, hey, hey! It's Tuesday, so I'm coming to you live with my 2 cents. I'm here on my phone on Facebook Live, so hello, Facebook land, and over here on YouTube, hello, YouTubers. I'm excited to talk about this topic tonight. Okay, so it's the facts about fat. Now, this is a huge, huge concept with a lot of complicated words. And I've done a lot of research and YouTube videos and listening to podcasts and reading books and articles on what is actually fat and how do you lose it or burn it or melt it away. Because I know that that's something that, we all, most of us, I guess I shouldn't say all, have experienced in our lives. And I know that sometimes it's a roller coaster, of weight gain and weight loss and um, clothes fitting tighter and looser. And so I just wanted to come to you live and give you my 2 cents about it. So as you're hopping on, make sure that you say hello, share this on your pages, or tag a friend who maybe is in the market to try and drop some pounds. Okay, so this is all about the facts about fat. And I've got a whole bunch of notes here. I've got notes on my computer over here. And right before I clicked live, I was just kind of thinking to myself, like, how am I going to organize all of these crazy thoughts? But I just kind of want to start at start. What is fat? Fat are cells that make up part of your body. And we need fat. We need fat to survive. So, fat, first and foremost, is not bad. We do not want to lose it all. We don't want to get rid of it. Fat is actually our friend. And as human beings, we are really, really good at storing it. Okay. Like our bodies are meant for that. And one of the videos that I was watching was talking about, in the old days, like men and women are not created equal when it comes to storing, gaining, and losing fat. Okay. My husband over there can eat crap all day long and not gain a pound. I can gain it. And I'm literally gaining more weight than the food I even consumed. Okay. Like men and women are not created equal on this. And one of the videos that I was watching talked about how, an extra 500 calories, us as women, we were meant to bear children. And so we needed to be able to store more energy. And back in the olden days, getting 500 calories was a lot of work. And, the women needed to be able to pack that on. So our bodies have evolved, is what this video was saying. And I was like, okay, I guess that makes a little bit of sense. But we're all born with a certain amount of fat cells, and you're not going to get rid of them. We're all born with them. Okay. We all have them inside of us. But what makes us overweight or obese is what gets stored inside them and how much, and how many of them. Right. And so fat is basically your unused energy that you've eaten. Okay, that's essentially what it is. Your body is going to get energy from the carbs that you eat. Those are your grains, your starchy foods, pastas, breads, crackers, cookies. Okay, so your body is going to get energy from carbs, which burn the fastest. And so if you overeat on carbs, what's it going to do? It's going to store that extra in for energy. Okay, our body also runs off of fats. There are healthy fats and there are unhealthy fats, which we're going to get into. And if you eat extra fats that your body doesn't need, boom, those fat cells just soak it right in and they're going to store it for energy for later. And then we get energy from proteins, and proteins is the slowest burning energy, and it's the last one. So first it's going to use up all your carbs, then it's going to use up all your fats, and then it's going to make its way into your protein, because protein, how do you say, takes the longest, right? Like it gives you the longest sustained energy. And so your body is going to use protein for energy. So fats, carbs, and proteins, your body needs all of them, but it's the overeating that causes your fat cells to store. And the more you're overeating, or the more that it doesn't need those calories now, then that's what it's storing. Okay. So 1 pound of body fat is equal to about 3,500 calories, is what they say. And so essentially, like, there is no, what did I read? What did it said? It said there's no secret to weight loss. It's all about science. Okay? Like it's just point blank, okay? If you want to lose weight, if you want to lose fat, you have to consume less than what you're or you have to burn more than what you're consuming. You have to consume less than what you need to burn. I don't know if I'm saying that the right way, but you need to burn more than you're consuming, right? In order to do that. And there are multiple ways that you can burn extra calories. You can burn extra calories by working out more, right? Like walking, exercising, riding your bike. You can burn extra calories by eating less, okay? Because then you're burning more than what you're eating. And you can also use supplements to help maybe boost your metabolism. Maybe you want to eat right where you're supposed to be at, but then you take some supplements or something that help you, your metabolism booster, burn some extra for you. And so there are a lot of ways that you can get the burning greater than what's being stored, which is ultimately going to give you a calorie deficient, which is going to help you burn or lose the fat. Okay, so if this is making sense, drop a one. I see Maxine and Ray and Cree. Good evening, you guys. Make sure that you comment, say something, tell me what you know about fat. And there's something called BMI. Okay, that's your body mass index. And if you've never got a DEXA scan, they're actually pretty cool. You just lay on this bed and this machine just goes over the top of you and it actually calculates your fat. And it tells you where the areas are that you're storing it. And men and women, like I said, are not created equal. What you'll notice with men is they mostly store it in their tummy. So they can have like really tiny arms and tiny legs, but then they have like a pot belly, right? And with women, we store most of our weight like on our waistline, on our hips, on our glutes. Like it's all just in that lower part and it all just sticks, okay? And it's not fun. But men really mainly gain it in their stomachs. And according to, who is this? The CDC, they say below 18.5 body mass index, you are considered to be underweight. Now, of course, this varies between men and women. I believe that that not just your gender plays a part in it, but also your race can play a part in it. I know for me, I've got dense bones. And so a lot of people look at me, they're like, there's no way that you weigh 160 pounds. And I'm like, yeah, I totally do. Right. And I might look like I should weigh 130, but I don't. I have bigger bones. I gain muscle very easily. I also lose it very easy, but like, I believe that your race, your ethnicity can also play a part into this. So this is just like overall average men and women above 20 years old. BMI 18.5 or below is considered to be underweight. 18.5 to 24.9 is a healthy weight for your BMI. And then 25 to 29.9 is overweight. And then they say 30.0 and above is obese. And so, like I said, if you've never done a body DEXA scan, they're actually pretty cool. Most states have them. Sometimes they have them traveling in vans. And you can get in these vans. Okay, it is safe. But you just lay down and it scans you and it tells you where you're storing all of your fat, whether you're healthy or not. And this is probably the most accurate way to do it. I know that we used to have a bathroom scale that would calculate our BMI. Sometimes like your watches can, and none of these things are really truly accurate, but you can use it as a guide. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And so back to fat. Like I said, you can use carbs, fats, and proteins for your energy. Okay. And all of them are important. One thing, let me back up just a tiny bit, that I like to do, especially if I'm trying to lose weight or maintain, or even just build muscle, a little bit more muscle. I'm using MyFitnessPal and I'm tracking my macros. Okay. That's what those three things are called, is your macros. And so I'll usually set it up with about 40% carbs, 20% fats or 25% fats, and then the 35% of proteins. And so the food that I'm eating, I'm inputting it into MyFitnessPal. It's calculating based on the weight of how much food in ounces or grams that I'm eating. And it's calculating for me, am I hitting my macros? Okay. And then I'm also using that to make sure that I stay at my calories. So there's a whole bunch of calorie calculators online. So I just Google it and say calorie counter, and you can put in your weight, you can put in your height, you can put in your goals, and it'll calculate what you should have for, your baseline for calories. And so what I like to do is my baseline for calories is 1500. I like to make sure that I'm working out every day. So that takes away like between 200, 300, depending on my time and my intensity of it, right? And so I'm trying to eat between 1200 and 1300 calories when it's all said and done. And that really works well for me. I've learned that like that's what my body can handle. And so the first step in weight loss is to track your food, see where you're at, actually see, like don't worry about hitting your macros, just plug in what you're actually eating and see it for your own eyes. And what I think you're going to see is that you're very, very heavy on the carbs and the fat side, not eating nearly enough protein as you need to, and you're going to see that you're way over on calories that you should be consuming. Okay. So definitely consult a doctor. I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you what to do. Definitely consult a doctor, do your own research, figure out what you need for your body. But if you're looking to lose some weight, that's where you want to start. Okay. With your food. And so let's see, what else did I want to tell you? Fat is good. Okay. You have a layer that's protecting your organs. You need that. Okay. You need to protect your organs. You have a layer that helps keep you warm. Okay. You need that. Now, the excess is what you don't need. And that's what you want to burn, what you want to melt, what you want to lose. Like I said, we're all born with a certain amount of fat cells. So you're not going to lose them completely. But what you want to do is lose what's being stored. So there is 4 parts to burning fat. Okay. And so our brain, our bodies are just amazing machines. Okay. There's hormones in there. There's things that get triggered that tell your body what to do. And so there's 2 counter forces, or however you would say that. Okay. So leptin tells your body that you're full. So you're eating, you're eating, you're eating. There's a hormone that's released, triggers your brain. It says, hey, brain, we're full. The whole body knows it now. And so you should stop eating, right? And then we have ghrelin, GHR. Okay, I don't know how to say that word. That tells you that you're hungry. So all of a sudden, like your stomach's growling, hormones are released. It tells your brain, like, hey, we're hungry. We need to get some food in here. And so then you eat. Okay, so there's these 2 hormones that get released that tell your brain, I'm hungry or I'm full. Now, what happens is when you're overweight, you actually get something called leptin resistance. And so your brain, like, either the signal takes a really long time to get to your brain or it never gets to your brain. So you just keep eating, you just keep eating. And so you're never told that you're full, right? And then if you're never told that you're full, then you're going to get more overweight, which is going to cause more of this leptin resistance. Okay. And so we need that. So here's how you burn fat is first, your body needs to receive a signal that says that, hey, I need to burn stored fat. And so how does it receive the signal? By it saying, like, hey, we're hungry. We need energy here, right? So when your brain's like, oh my gosh, we need some energy, there's no food coming in, we better use this stored fat. Okay. So that's number 1. How do you get that? Exercising, calorie deficiency, maybe taking some supplements that help burn some extra calories in there, right? That get your thermogenesis up. So that's number 1. You got to let the body receive the signal. Number 2 is the transmission of signals. So what it's going to do is like, okay, we got to dip into this stored fat. And so what it does is it reduces your blood sugar, reduces your insulin, reduces your ASP, and it increases those hormones that you need for fat loss. When it does that, it allows those fat cells to release the contents that they've been storing. Okay. And so that's step number 3 is lipolysis. Okay. Lipolysis. Like I said, I've been watching these shows. I've been reading these articles and there's all of these words. And so I'm not saying the right ones, but you guys don't care. Lipolysis. Okay. And that's what allows your fat cells to start emptying their contents. Okay, so what happens is as your fat cells are releasing its contents, your body's now able to use that as stored energy. So then therefore your fat cells can shrink because they're no longer holding on to what they needed to, right? And in turn, with the shrinking fat cells, it can help you lose some inches. It can help you lose some weight. Now, you won't always lose weight because maybe you're going to replace it with muscle. But you're shrinking those fat cells. So, your midsection, your thighs, your glutes, where you're storing all that fat, because you've activated those hormones, it's now releasing. So very, very cool. And then step 4 is the fat oxidation. So where does that fat go? Okay. Like I always wondered this and I learned it today. Okay. I always thought, well, I'm burning it. So it just like disappears in my body, or I used it as energy. So it just like melted away. It just disappeared. Right. But this is actually kind of interesting. Through fat oxidation, it actually turns your fat into particles that you are going to pee out, you are going to sweat out, or what happens most often is you actually breathe it out. Okay. Like you release it. Like that's so cool. I didn't even know that. So, step 4 is fat oxidation. Urine, sweat, air you breathe out is how you are actually getting rid of the fat because you triggered your brain saying, hey, we need to use this fat reserve. It activated some hormones, it released the energy, and then boom, you got rid of your fat. So, way cool, right, Maxine? All right. So, um, if you've got some health goals, why don't you drop a 2 below? Okay. Now that I've gotten through like all of the nerdy stuff and not super nerdy because, like I said, this is like way all over my head. I just learned all of this stuff and then dumbed it down into my level. Okay. And so, a couple of things, cortisol can increase your, or stress increases your cortisol levels, which can stop you from losing weight. Okay. It can actually make your body hang on to it. It can make you binge eat, right? Anyone get super stressed and all they want to do is just eat. So like having high cortisol levels activates that hormone that makes you do different things, right? A lack of sleep can cause you to not lose weight. Not drinking enough water because then your digestive tract isn't working the way that it needs to work. And so it's not able to push that food through. And so not drinking enough water could cause weight gain or not help or like be why you're at a plateau. So the sleep, the stress, the water, those are important factors. Okay. Now, how you need to start. Okay. Like I said, there is no secret to weight loss. There is no magic pill. There is no magic anything. Okay. Like it's not a secret. It's just science. If you want to lose weight, your caloric intake has to be less than what you're burning, right? You have to activate that. You have to release the fat out of your cells. And so you need to make sure that you're eating a healthy diet. Be aware of what you're eating. Now, I don't care if you do a carnivore diet. I don't care if you do keto, paleo, low fat, low carb, like it doesn't matter what you do, find what works for you, but just make sure that you have a healthy diet, you're tracking what you're eating so that way you know, because if you don't know, you don't know. Track your calories, do a calorie counter, like I said, or calorie calculator and figure out what you should be at, figure out what your resting heart rate is, figure out what you need to survive calorie wise in a 24-hour period. Okay. And like I said, there's calculators online that can do that for you. Avoid processed fatty foods. Okay. Try to eat whole, fresh fruits, veggies, meats, stay away from those things in the box. They always say shop the outside of the stores, don't shop the inside. And there are 3 kinds of fat. I didn't talk about this because I never going to remember, but I actually wrote it down. So there's saturated fat and there's unsaturated fat. Okay. The unsaturated fat is what you want. Okay. So if it says unsaturated fat, it's good, clean fats that are going to help your body. There's MCT oil that's going to help with brain function. There's avocado oil, there's grass-fed butter, there are coconut oils, and those are oils that you want to use. Those are the unsaturated. And then you have saturated, and saturated is not the worst. Okay. You just want to make sure that you eat it in moderation. Okay. And then the trans fat, that's the bad. Okay. Stay away from trans fats. And it may not say trans fat on your foods that you're eating. And so just make a note of this. If ever on your labels you see it and it says partially hydrogenated, that's trans fat. That's what you want to stay away from. Okay. So that's bad. I wrote that down. I literally wrote bad 3 times. I don't know why. Well, because it was bad, and I wanted to make sure that you saw that and that you knew it. Okay. Okay, so I got through all the things I wanted to talk to you about, and so now I have to tell you about this amazing product that I've been using. Like I said, there's no secret pill, there's no secret sauce, but I believe in supplements. Okay, if I'm going to eat healthy and exercise and I want to lose weight, then why not use something that can help me get there faster? Okay, so I do have metabolism booster pill. It's actually called Burn, and it will help boost your metabolism from the inside out. So it'll help you just burn more calories by not doing anything, which is amazing, right? You get that calorie deficient. And then I don't know about you guys, but I have been seeing this on my social media all the time, and I wanted to try it until finally I said, okay, I'm going to get myself some of that. So if you haven't seen it yet, there is this thing called Trim. Okay. And it comes in a variety of flavors. I've got chocolate, I've tried mango, and I have coconut lime. We also have it in raspberry lemonade, lemon, and vanilla. So 6 flavors. So I've tried 3 of the 6. Okay, so I want to know, drop it in the comments, which flavor would you pick if you could pick one right now? Coconut lime, chocolate, mango, lemon, raspberry lemonade, and vanilla. Okay, drop it in the comments. And so what this does actually is really, really cool. So on here, you're going to see clinical strength CLA. And what CLA is, and I pulled it up so that way I could make sure that I was telling you right. It stands for conjugated linoleic acid. Linoleic acid. Okay, that sounded better. Conjugated linoleic acid, which is a naturally occurring fatty acid that's clinically proven to support fat metabolism, inhibit cellular fat storage, and improve muscle tone. Okay. Maxine's tried it. Raspberry lemonade is her favorite for sure so far. And I have something to tell you about the raspberry lemonade, okay, that you're going to want to stay tuned for. And so, what this actually does is it actually goes in and tells your brain to release what your fat cells are storing. Okay, that's what the CLA does. And so, for me, when I take this, I actually am less hungry and I'm using my fat storage. Okay, so really, really cool. It can be found in small quantities in foods like dairy and beef, and it can also be sourced from plants. The CLA that is in here comes from the safflower oil that meets the company's exacting ingredient with quality standards. Okay, so CLA inhibits fat storage and increases fat cell breakdown through its effects on the enzymes LPL and CPT. I'm not going to try and tell you what those are, and it doesn't matter, okay? Because that's just what you need to know to lose fat is it has to do with those enzymes, okay? And so this is going to help break down the fats by allowing your body to break down the fat more efficiently. It also is going to decrease the number of fat cells that are storing things in the body. Okay. And so what you're going to notice with this, they've done a whole bunch of different human studies. Okay. Not tested on animals, human studies. And in one of the clinical trials, people that supplemented the CLA saw a decrease in body fat over the 12 weeks when used as part of an exercise program. Okay. Another study, they gave the CLA to participants during the holidays, and the results showed that the CLA prevented the weight gain and decreased the fat mass. Now, I can't believe this. I really can't believe this. So, for those of you who follow me, you know that I eat pretty okay good, right? Like I usually eat very good, but I do have a candy addiction, okay? And I exercise for 4 to 6 times a week. Okay, I'm always in the garage working out almost every single day. And I was stuck at 169 since January. I dipped down to 167. I'd go back up to 171. I'd go down to 165. I'd go back up to 169. And it was just this roller coaster. But when it was all said and done, my body wanted to be at 169, like gain a couple pounds, lose a couple pounds. Like 169 was my number. And I started this at the end of May, and I did full 30 days taking 1 spoonful of this. And, I didn't really notice a difference. I didn't really I knew that I'd look in the mirror and I'm like, oh my gosh, like my stomach is looking good. But I just I would be at 169, then I'd be like 165, then 167, then 164, then 166, then 162. And what I found is through the month, it was getting less and less. And at the end of my 30 days, I was down to 159. And that was towards the end of June. So in 30 days, I had lost 10 pounds, not doing anything different, but just taking a spoonful of this. So I was like, oh my word, I am sold, right? And then what happens when you hit your weight loss goals, you guys? What happens I'm at 159. I broke the 160 mark. What happens? Go back to your old ways, right? I mean, not on purpose. I mean, I'm still exercising, I'm still eating clean, but like I'm not eating as clean, right? Now that I like feel real good in my clothes and stuff. And what I found at the end of July when I weighed back in and I weighed 160, I was mind blown. I said they're like I know my body. I would have been right back up to 169. Okay. And here we are, the 23rd of the month. I weighed in this morning at 160 again. Okay. 160 again. After the weekends that we've had hunting, we literally go hunting and we eat the whole time. And it is licorice and it is trail mix and it is candy and it's not good. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm still at 160. This is amazing. So I definitely believe that, during the holidays or maybe during not your cleanest eating times, not that you want to continue that, that it can help prevent weight gain and decrease fat mass. Okay. Like I still am looking good and I love it. And then let's see, another trial showed that coming off a reduced calorie diet, the study showed that while supplementing the CLA didn't prevent regaining the weight they had lost, it improved fat-free mass, lean body mass, and resting metabolic rates. And so, for those of you who are going on a calorie deficient diet in order to lose the weight, when you get to where your goal weight is and you want to go back to eating like regular, keeping this included in it is going to help you prevent from or help you like maintain as well. And it does have collagen in it. And so because it has collagen, it also helps with your hair, skin, and nails from the inside out, joints, gut health, and all the other great things that happen from collagen. Okay. So it's really, really simple. You just take a spoon. Okay. This one's a super cute one, but just a tablespoon. And all you do is pour it on. Look at how good that looks. Just like that. Okay, you got your chocolate spoon. And then you just take it one bite. The chocolate literally tastes like frosting. It's so good. The mango is very sweet. Sometimes I like to mix that in with my Go drink. The coconut lime is great by itself, or sometimes I mix it in with my Go drink. And then, like I said, I haven't tried vanilla or lemon or raspberry lemonade yet. But this is the moment that you've all been waiting for. The thing I wanted to tell you on Friday, starting this Friday, Maxine, she said it does work. I got myself under 290, which is really amazing for me. It's the lowest I've been in 15 years. I'm so happy for you. That is amazing. And I appreciate you sharing. It really does work. And so this Friday, we are actually having a sale. They told us what it was yesterday. And it starts this Friday and it's available to any existing customer and it's available to any new customer. Now, what I love about this company is that there's no future commitments to continue purchasing if you don't want to. If you do the subscribe and save, you're going to save an extra discount. And you're going to get, you're going to get $10 off your first order. If you keep the subscribe and save, you're going to get $20 off your second order. And then your third order, you're going to get a price double match. And so if you were saving 5%, you're going to now save 10. If you're saving 10, you're going to save 20. If you're saving 15, you're going to save 30% on all of your future orders. And so it definitely pays to subscribe and save. And then on Friday, the deal that is available is when you purchase any flavor of trim with the raspberry lemon. Okay, so when you purchase your first bottle of trim, you're going to get the raspberry lemonade trim, which I don't have, for $59. So you're going to pay full price for your first bottle. You're going to get the raspberry lemonade for basically half off, and you're going to get the free pink spoon with it. Okay, so you're going to get 2 bottles of trim and a spoon for what would cost you, I can't even explain this, but basically you're going to get 2 bottles of trim and a free spoon at a really amazing deal. If it's your first order, you're going to get $10 off. And if it's not your first order, then you're going to get your discount percent that you earn through your purchases before. So you, like I said, the 5, 10, 15, or 10, 20, 30, depending on where you are on the levels. Okay. But this is going to start Friday. I'm going to actually get the lemon because I hear chocolate is the very best, lemon is the second best. So I'm actually going to purchase the lemon and then get the raspberry lemonade for half off and then get that free pink spoon. So if that's something that you are interested in, make sure to just write trim down in the comments and I'll make sure to message you. You guys who are my customers who are already on, I'll be sending out a text message here shortly. You'll also obviously get an email through the company, and all you do is just log into your account, put on those 2 bottles, whatever flavor you want, the raspberry lemonade, and then it'll automatically take off half the price and give you that free spoon in with your order. So I freaking love this stuff. It is a really easy supplement to add in if you're already being healthy in your life. And so I hope that this was helpful for you guys. I hope that you learned something new. Share it. Make sure that you subscribe to my emails. I'll drop it in the comments. So that way you can subscribe. On Fridays, I send out a free fit tip email. This is all about the facts about fat. So you're going to get some more extra resources along with the link to get this deal on Friday. And if you have any questions, you know where to find me. And thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. This was my 2 cents Tuesday, and we'll see you on the next one.